It's good to have you back before the committee. It's been a while. Welcome. I expect that you will answer a wide range of questions today about fiscal year 2013 budget requests. I certainly have quite a few questions myself. But before we turn to FY 2013 requests, I think that it's important that we take a moment to acknowledge your starting point, the FY 2012 Appropriations Law. That measure, which many of us oppose, shortchanged Homeland Security in a number of troubling ways. It was predicted on the belief that we can demand that DHS carry out a wide range of Homeland Security and non-security missions without providing the resources. From my perspective, it was tantamount to Congress running up a long tab, ordering more robust Homeland Security efforts, particularly with respect to border security, aviation security, and immigration enforcement, and then stiffing you when the bill arrived. When this backdrop and the prospect of an even less favorable budget environment for FY 2013, I can understand your desire to submit a proposal that comes in $1.3 billion less than last year's budget. The fact that you were able to do so and for the first time fund the Disaster Relief Fund at $6 billion is really remarkable. I do not imagine that doing so was an easy task. I also expect that getting all the components on the same page without cutting on expenses and leveraging resources was not easy either. It seems unlikely, however, that efficiency savings account for the full $1.6 billion reduction. We need to know which programs will be losing capacity or even capabilities under your request. If you're not going to have the resources under this budget to fully implement certain programs within the mandated period, you need to tell us. We are your authorizing committee. We have a stake in seeing programs like CFATS, TWIC, U.S. Visit, and the Coast Guard fleet modernization implemented. We need to know if timelines will have to be adjusted or more resources will be necessary from the appropriations process. I'm concerned that the budget does not seek enough for Coast Guard fleet modernization acquisition to keep pace with the decommissioning. I'm concerned that the budget seeks to consolidate 16 state and local grant programs into one small pot. I have trouble understanding how $1.5 billion will stretch to sustain and develop new core capabilities. I'm concerned that while new resources are appropriately being provided to NPPD for cybersecurity, the other side of the house, the infrastructure protection side, seems to be shortchanged. Given the problems at CFATS have only begun to be understood, it's troubling to see that the budget is asking for less money in FY 2013. Before I close, I have to acknowledge that the budget proposed a number of organizational changes. While the rationale behind some of these changes is not as of yet clear, I must commend you for taking the committee's advice and finally transferring the U.S. Visit program out of NPPD. It floundered there. At CBP and ICE, I believe that this border program may actually be positioned to achieve its mission and finally allow us to identify and prevent overstays. Again, Madam Secretary, thank you for appearing today. I look forward to discussing the budget proposal and work with you to ensure that we keep our nation secure during the difficult economic times. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.